Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affair of 3rd of December 2020. You can see here two best images of the day, but today we will discuss 7 to 8 very important and the most important current affairs of the 3rd of December 2020. But before proceeding guys, I want to discuss about Affairs Cloud subscription. You can buy our Affairs Cloud subscription with two methods. First is affairscloud.com/current affairs. It means you can visit that website or you can directly go to the description box of this video. There is a link given in the description area, and by visiting or by clicking on that link, you can directly visit the subscription area. Now, what you will get in the subscription? You will get the daily wise PDF. In the daily wise PDF, you will get the daily current affairs in the theoretical form as well as in the question and answer PDF form. Next is the weekly PDF and all the current affairs arranged according to the week wise. As you can see, this is the August formulation, and you can see the weekly PDF is arranged according to the weeks. Next is the weekly test. It is again very important who want to check that how many current affairs you can retain in your mind after long time period. This is very important. Next is the monthly PDF, and according to me this is the most important section because in the monthly PDF we are giving you 5 PDFs. In the first PDF we are giving you theoretical current affairs of the month. In the second PDF, we are giving you question and answer PDF. It means all the theoretical current affairs will be converted into question and answer format so that you can revise the current affair and retain the current affair for long time period. Next is the pocket PDF. As the name suggests, it is very important before your exam because under this PDF, you can revise the current affair very quickly. Next is the banking, finance and the economy PDF. This is very important for those aspirants who are preparing for the banking exam. And last one is the question and answer PDF top 100. It means top 100 current affairs of the month will be provided to you in form of question and answer. This is very important and you can revise the, you can say the important current affairs very quickly. And guys, these all things come at very minimal cost. If you see the price, you will definitely surprised to see the price. But these current affairs comes at very minimal cost, and on that minimal cost, we are providing you 10% extra discount. If you use this code ASH10, then you will get the 10% extra discount on that minimal cost. So let's start today's current affair. That is 3rd of December 2020. And here is our first question. Who launched the India's first 100 octane petrol, also known as XP100? Mark under the very important question. And here is one more question, that which company launched this 100 octane petrol known as the XP100? But I am asking you the union minister or the prime minister who launched this type of the petrol that is known as the octane petrol or the XP100. Mark under the very important section. And guys, answer is very simple. He is one and only our petroleum and the natural gas minister, Dharmendra Pradhan. So answer should be C, and it is very simple that this is a type of a petrol and it is launched by the petroleum minister Dharmendra Pradhan. You can see here Dharmendra Pradhan basically launched this XP100, that is first 100 octane premium petrol from which company? Indian Oil. Remember, name of the company, that is Indian Oil Corporation, launched this 100 octane petrol. It means it is very premium petrol. You can see here XP100 manufactured by Indian Oil Corporation. That is the first thing which is very important. XP100, the premium grade petrol, is manufactured at IOC Mathura refinery in Uttar Pradesh. No need to remember where it was manufactured. Just remember which company started this. Octane ratings are provided based on the measure of fuel stability, indicating the superior quality of fuel. It is measures of fuel's ability to avoid knock. It means very simple that this type of the fuel is very much premium quality. Luxury vehicles demanding high performance prefer 100 octane petrol. Higher the octane number, higher the resistance to knock by the petrol. Very important. You have to remember, earlier Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited has launched Octane 99, but it is one more, that is the Octane 100. So remember, it is Indian Oil Corporation. So nothing more in the news. Just remember Indian Oil Corporation, XP100 and Dharmendra Pradhan. These three things are the takeaway of this question. Move to next question. Arjun Munda launched the first virtual Adi Mahotsav in which state? Guys, mark under the most important section. Why? Because it is related to a particular state. Second, it is a festival or the Mahotsav that is known as Adi Mahotsav, and Arjun Munda started this type of the or launched this type of the festival in one of these states, and mark under most important section. Now tell me, I am talking about which state? And guys, you all know about the Arjun Munda. He is currently the Minister of Tribal Affairs. Minister of Tribal Affairs, that's why he started this Adi Mahotsav for the tribal affairs, or it is also known as the National Tribal Festival. And it is started in Madhya Pradesh, or it is launched in Madhya Pradesh. Remember the name of the state, that Adi Mahotsav, or it is also known as the National Tribal Festival, launched in Madhya Pradesh by the Arjun Munda, that is Minister of Tribal Affairs. You can see here Arjun Munda ji, Minister of Tribal Affairs, started this tribal virtually by Adi Mahotsav in Madhya Pradesh, launched by Arjun Munda, and the time period is 1st to 10th of December 2020. You can see here Adi Mahotsav, also known as the National Tribal Festival, is conducted to promote the tribal products, culture, thereby increasing tribal income. It means during the tribal festival, the tribal community can launch their products, can basically celebrate the festival also with their culture. It means they can preserve their culture for the longer time period. And this festival is jointly organized by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of India, and TriFed, Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. So 3 states are involved under this, you can say, the National Tribal Festival. One is the Madhya Pradesh, because 1st to 10 December main focus is on Madhya Pradesh. Next 11 to 20 main focus shifts to the Gujarat, and next 21 to 30 that is the West Bengal. It means it is a 1 month long festival. And remember, there are 4 to 5 takeaways. One is who is the national minister, who is the union minister, you can say, the tribal affairs, that is Arjun Munda. Second, the state where it started, that is Madhya Pradesh. 3 focus states, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and the West Bengal. Next, who launched this, that is Arjun Munda again. And 5th thing, it is organized by Ministry of Tribal Affairs and the TriFed. Remember this. So this is very important things under this question, and remember these 3 states. So we are moving to the next question. Recently, guys, we covered the Hornbill Festival also. Remember, Hornbill Festival celebrated in Nagaland in the yesterday, it means the 2nd of December news. We covered Hornbill Festival, that is celebrated in Nagaland. And again, one more festival, that is the Lachit Divas. Lachit Divas also, it was celebrated in the northeastern state, that is in Assam. So remember, Hornbill Festival, that is in Nagaland, and Lachit Festival, that is in Assam. So these are the 2 very important things under the festival. And third is the National Tribal Festival. Move to next question. World oldest nanostructures found in 6th century before Christ pottery from which state? Basically, archaeologists found nanostructures and which are so much old, that is the 6th century before Christ pottery from which state? Mark under the most important section because it is the historical question. And guys, the state is Tamil Nadu. Remember, the name of the state is Tamil Nadu. You can see here, these are the basically nanostructures which was found in the Tamil Nadu, and it was found in almost 6th century before Christ. It means these are very much old, very much old, and these are found in Tamil Nadu. You can remember one more important thing. In accordance with the research, these coatings which are you can say on the stones are made up of the carbon nanotubes, which have enabled the layer to last more than 2600 years. And these are the world oldest, because earlier the gold and the silver nanoparticles were found in the Islamic pottery from the 7th and 8th century. 8th century Christian era, but we are talking about the before Christian era, and it is the 6th century, so it is so much old. It means almost 1000 years more old, and that's why this is very important, or the most important news. You can remember this is very important. And guys, remember about Tamil Nadu. Chief Minister is Palaniswamy, capital is Chennai, and governor is Banwarilal Purohit. And in Tamil Nadu there are 2 very important national parks. One is Annamalai National Park, second is Mudumalai National Park. Mudumalai and Annamalai National Park. Now, moving to next question. Which state launched Arunodoi scheme? Very important question, or you can even mark under the most important, because it is related to scheme and it is also related to a state. That's why it is the one of the most important, or the very important question of the day. Now, which state launched Arunodoi scheme? And the state is, guys, Assam. Remember, the state is Assam. You can see here this ceremonial launch of Arunodoi scheme, and it is launched by Chief Minister Shri Sarbananda Sonowal ji, and esteemed chief guest of honor, that is Dr. Hemant Biswa Sharma, and he is currently the finance minister of the Assam. No need to remember, just remember it is a scheme of Assam. You can see here, Chief Minister of Assam Sarbananda Sonowal launched Arunodoi scheme in the state. The scheme is allocated an annual budget of 2400 crore, that is a huge amount, to provide financial assistance to socio-economically weaker section for a period of 5 years. For a period of 5 years, it means they are providing the financial assistance to the social economically weaker sections for a time period of 5 years. The scheme will provide financial assistance. They are providing 830 rupees per month as DBT, that is the direct benefit transfer. It means directly to the bank accounts of the women under Jan Dhan Yojana. 830 rupees, they have divided this 830 rupees. How? 400 rupees for the medicines, 200 for the pulses, 80 rupees for the sugar, and 150 rupees for fruits and the vegetables. So that's why they provided 830 rupees per month. Women with family income less than 2 lakh rupees per annum can avail the benefit of this scheme. So these are the basically criteria and the benefits which are provided under this Arunodoi scheme. And remember one more important thing, that this scheme is rolled out in 29 districts covering 17 lakh families and 29 districts. So it is very important. And Assam is very important, guys, because of the national parks. Total national parks in Assam are 5, but currently one more national park is added in the Assam National Park list. I am repeating the 5 names. One is the, you can say, Kaziranga National Park. Second is, you can say, very important national park is there, Manas National Park. Dibru-Saikhowa, it is also a wildlife sanctuary, one of the 18 biosphere reserves. And Manas already covered. Next is the Orang National Park. Next is the Nameri National Park. These are the 5 national parks already existing in the Assam. One more recently added in Assam, that is Raimona, which we covered under the 4th of the December 2020 news. Raimona National Park. Remember, this is latest news about Assam. Mundo, next question. Who represented India at the 2020 Industry Transition Leadership Summit? Mark under the very important, and it is related to the Industry Transition Leadership Summit. And guys, the answer is very simple, that is Prakash Javadekar. Remember, the answer is Prakash Javadekar. He represented India at the 2020 Industry Transition Leadership Summit. It is organized by a group of industry transitions, but no need to remember. Just remember, this summit was held in virtual mode due to pandemic. And why this summit is organized? The summit focusing on aligning public and private section for implementing of the agendas and targets under the Paris Agreement, in which year it took place in 2015. Recently, who quit from the Paris Agreement? That is USA. Formally quit, basically. So many countries quit, but formally quit. That is Paris. That is USA. Remember this. And Prakash Javadekar. You have to remember this because Prakash Javadekar is a Union Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Forest Minister. And this meeting or this summit is also related to the climate change because we are talking about the Paris Agreement. Now you can see here, Prakash Javadekar virtually participated Industry Transition Leadership Summit. Remember this. You can see here, 2020 Industry Transition Leadership Summit organized by Leadership Group of Industry Transition. No need to remember who organized this, just remember who represented India. The meeting was held ahead of the 5th anniversary of signing the Paris Agreement. I already told you that was signed in 2015. The main focus to achieve the targets of the Paris Agreement. Just remember this. And main aim is to create stable and reliable market for green industrial products so that maximum to maximum environment can be saved, and identifying targeted interventions to enable the transition of whole value chain so that green environment can be established and maximum to maximum industries should be focused on the green environment. This is the main agenda of this Industry Leadership Transition Leadership Summit of 2020. So remember these things. And what are the takeaway points? Who is the Union Minister of Environment? Prakash Javadekar. Second, 2020 Industry Transition Leadership attended from India by the Prakash Javadekar or represented by Prakash Javadekar from the Indian side. And why it is held? And it is for the Paris Agreement. And it is the 5th anniversary of the Paris Agreement. Just remember these 2 or 3 important takeaways. Next news, which dairy company of India becomes world's 8th largest milk processor global in the list of 2020 or the top 20? It means in simple words that eighth largest milk processor company belongs to India, and this company comes under the list of the top 20 world largest dairy companies. And this company is, guys, Amul. Remember, this company is Amul. You can see here the ranks. Amul ranks 8th in the IFCNs. IFCN stands for International Farm Comparison Network. International Farm Comparison Network Global Dairy Processors ranking, and Amul is in the 8th position. Just remember Amul's rank, because USA's company Dairy Farmers of America is on the first number. Because the total milk intake is so much, that is 29 billion kilogram, but India's Amul is the 10 billion, almost 10 billion kilogram. Dairy Farmers of America, you can see here the first rank goes to the Dairy Farmers of America, 29 billion, and I am talking about Amul, that is almost 10 billion kg. But no need to remember, just remember the first rank, Dairy Farmers of America. And according to the International Farm Comparison Network, that is the full form of IFCN, Dairy Processors Report 2020, it is the Dairy Processor Report 2020, Amul emerged as the 8th largest milk processor globally in the top 20. And Amul, you know, where is the headquarter? That is Anand, from where the Verghese Kurin or the Verghese Kurin started the milk revolution, or you can say the white revolution or the Operation Flood. And he was also the co-founder of which company? This company, that is Amul company. Remember these 2 or 3 things, very vital information about the Amul. And in 2020, in the September month, you can remember one more important thing. Amul became the first Indian dairy company. Amul became the first Indian dairy company to enter Rabobank. This is more important than this news. Rabobank's annual listing of global dairy top 2020 companies. And Amul became the first Indian dairy company to enter Rabobank top 20 global dairy list. This is again important. This was in September. Now, this report is related to the International Farm Comparison Network. So, these are the very important information. Move to next question. What is the rank of India in the most affected country in the world due to terrorism in 2019 according to Global Terrorism Index 2020? And we are talking about any index, then we have to mark this question under the most important section. What is the rank of India in most affected country in the world due to terrorism in 2019? And this country is, guys, and India's rank is, yes, 8th rank in the terrorism. 8th rank in the terrorism, and first rank, it is the most affected country in, due to terrorism out of whole world, that is Afghanistan. You can see here also India ranked 8th in the Global Terrorism Index. This is the maximum and the most important takeaway point of this news. Global Terrorism Index is basically published by or released by Institute for Economics and Peace. India, with a score of 7.3, is the 8th most affected country in the world due to terrorism in 2019. Global Terrorism Index is a complete analysis of impact of terrorism for 163 countries. 163 countries covering 99.7% of the world population. It means the almost all entire population calculated under this Global Terrorism Index. And Afghanistan ranked on the first number. Iraq on the second, Nigeria on the third. It means these are the top 3 countries which are the most affected by the terrorism in 2019. And I think you are very much curious to know that which countries are the least affected. There are the 29 countries who are the least affected. Like I am giving you one example, that is UAE, United Arab Emirates, Turkmenistan there, Croatia is there, or the Croatia is there. Bhutan is there also. That is India's neighboring country. Bhutan is there. So these are the you can say the least affected countries, or the very much less affected countries out of the terrorism 2019. So remember these examples. Just remember the first country is Afghanistan. India's rank is 8th. And you can see this picture that India's rank is 8th and India's score is this. Total 277% died due to terrorism, 439 injured, and 558 incidents took place in India during the event of 2019. And you can say how much persons are affected by this terrorism, and you even can't imagine that maximum activities took place in the moist areas and Communist Party of India moist areas. So these are the moist activities, and almost 50% people are affected by the moist people. And attacks by target, that is the private citizen and the property, police, military, businessmen, government, unknown sources. These are the very much influenced targets which are basically targeted by these terrorist groups. So these are very important information, but it is not for the question point of view. This is as a citizen perspective view. So you can just basically write these things in your mains exam if you are preparing for some mains exam, or if you want to write something about terrorism. Now move on to next question. Which bank launched loan management solution, that is Lens the lending solution? Under very important section, mark under very important section, because it is very important who are preparing for the banking exam. Lens the lending solution. And guys, this is started by Punjab National Bank. Remember, Punjab National Bank, recently RBI imposed 1 crore rupees as a penalty to the Punjab National Bank. You can remember also this Punjab National Bank. You can see here Punjab National Bank, the name you can bank upon. This is the tagline, you have to remember this. Launched loan management solution, that is Lens, the lending solution. The lending, LEN stands for the lending, S stands for the solution, to speed up delivery. You can see here Punjab National Bank developed and launched PNB, Lens and IT based lending solution for the loan management. It is to increase the speed and maintain accuracy in the online processing of loans and sanctioning of the credit proposal. It means there is a platform, that is the online platform, by which you can basically process your loans at the online platform. Even Punjab National Bank also launched OTP based cash withdrawals effective from the 1st December 2020. 1st December 2020. That is also started by the SBI already. Punjab National Bank account holders, if withdraws rupees 10,000, I think maximum student know this because of the SBI, and above from PNB ATMs at a time between 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. will require a OTP. If it means if the amount is more than 10,000 rupees and you want to withdraw from the PNB ATM between the 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., then you have to require a OTP, that is the one-time password. So this is the basic information about the PNB, and why this started. I already covered this point, that Lens solution is started because to maintain accuracy in the online processing of loans and sanctioning the credit proposals. And what about PNB? You have to remember PNB is the first wholly owned Indian bank, first Swadeshi bank in simple word you can say, with effect from the 1st April 2020. With effect from the 1st 2020, the bank was merged with Oriental Bank of Commerce and United Bank of India. This is the most important I am telling you. Just write it, I am repeating again. From 1st April 2020, this bank was merged with OBC, that is the Oriental Bank of Commerce, and UNI, United Bank of India. United Bank of India. So these three banks basically merged, and it becomes the PNB. And who is the managing director of the or the chief executive officer of the PNB? That is Mallikarjun Rao. Mallikarjun Rao is currently managing director. Where is the headquarters? That is New Delhi. It was started PNB. I already covered this point, that it is the first wholly owned Indian bank, or you, in simply words, you can say it is the first Swadeshi bank, which was started in 1895. And tagline, again, I already covered, the name you can bank upon. Move to next question. Who honored with Aditya Vikram Birla Kala Shikhar Puraskar 2020? Most important question, because it is a very important award given in the film fraternity. And Aditya Vikram Birla, it means it is started by the Birla Group. Aditya Vikram Birla Kala Shikhar Puraskar 2020 award given to the Nasiruddin Shah. Remember, Nasiruddin Shah won this award. Aditya Vikram Birla Kala Shikhar Puraskar 2020. You can see the picture of Nasiruddin Shah. I think already everyone know. Aditya Vikram Birla Kala Shikhar Puraskar 2020 at Sangeet Kala Kendra Awards. And this Sangeet Kala Kendra is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. No need to remember anything else. Just remember this news which I covered. Move to next question. This is OECD predicts 9.9% contraction in the India's GDP financial year 2020-21. This is the prediction of OECD. Earlier, OECD predicted 10.2%. 10.2% contraction between year 2020-21. But now they just improved a little bit, that is minus 9.9%. It means India's GDP will be contracted by 9.9% in the 2020-21. They also predicted about the 2022, that is 8% growth rate, and 2023 5%, but no need to remember. They are revising at every month or the every year, so no need to remember. Here the organization is important, OECD. This is important because headquarter of OECD is in Paris, and maximum students I think don't know about the OECD. OECD stands for Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and its headquarters is in Paris. Move to next question. Merriam-Webster and Dictionary.com, two of the most popular dictionary companies, chosen a common word as a word of the year. You have to tell me, to fill the blank, that what is the name of that word which is basically chosen by these two dictionaries. One is the Merriam-Webster and second is the Dictionary.com, and they choose a common word, and it is happening first time that both dictionaries or the two dictionaries chose one word as a common word or as a word of the year, and this word is, guys, pandemic. Remember, this word is pandemic. You can see here Merriam-Webster and the Dictionary.com choose pandemic as a word of the year. Once the World Health Organization announced COVID-19 as pandemic in nearly March 2020, the world continuously peaked in the most search list, because most of the people don't know about the pandemic and what is epidemic. Epidemic is basically a community transmission. It means one type of the region or one type of the community gets affected. But if the whole world is affected, then it is known as the pandemic disease. So remember, word of the year is the most important word or the expression popular in public sphere in a specific year. You have to remember this. Recently, I covered this question in the 1st of December 2020 news, that Collins Dictionary declared lockdown as the word of the year. Lockdown as the word of the year. And Cambridge Dictionary declared, remember, which word? Quarantine. Remember, quarantine. So I am repeating again so that you can remember, because all the words are related to this COVID-19 circumstances. And I am repeating again. One is the Cambridge Dictionary. They declared quarantine as a word of year. And second is the Collins Dictionary. They declared lockdown as a word of year. And this is the two more dictionaries, Merriam-Webster and Dictionary.com, declared pandemic as a word of the year. Word of the year. These are very important. So mark under the most important question. Move to next question. It is the National Pollution Control Day. National Pollution Control Day. So you have to remember this day, because this is very important day during the 2 days time period, because we are focusing on the green environment every day, and India is facing so much big things about the pollution. And why this day is observed? Because it is at the national level, National Pollution Control Day, not the International Pollution Control Day, and it is celebrated or observed on the 2nd of December, because maximum people lost their lives in the Bhopal gas tragedy. Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984. And the day is observed to create awareness among the general public about the pollution level of India, and the rate on which the harmful substance level of environment has been increased every year. So many pollutants are increasing every day. So it is just to raise awareness about the importance of pollution control and educate people on how to prevent the pollution. And it is the 36th anniversary of the Bhopal gas tragedy. And guys, you can see here, raise awareness about the importance of the pollution control and educate people to how to prevent the pollution. This is the main theme of this day, National Pollution Control Day. So in recent days, one commission was appointed by central government, that is known as Air Quality Management Commission. Which will take care of the pollutants, especially in the NCR areas and the neighboring states of the NCR. And who is the chairman of this Air Quality Management? That is M.M. Kuti. Remember M.M. Kuti. He become the basically chairman of this Air Quality Management Commission. Remember this, because it is related to the pollution, so it is very important. Move to next question. That is the 2nd of December, World Computer Literacy Day. World Computer Literacy Day. Or you can simply remind these 2 days that with the use of the computer or the social media, you can aware the people about the pollution control. This is the basic remembrance, how you can remember these 2 days on the same day. That is on the 2nd of December, World Computer Literacy Day. Very easy. And why this day is celebrated? I think every student is know, because it is just to create awareness about the advanced gap and increase the access of computer and information technology. The day promotes the enhancement of the technology skills of women and the children, because you are watching these current affairs because of technology. So it means it is a computer literacy already. So 2nd of December, World Literacy Day 2020. Move to next question, and it is BJP Rajya Sabha member of parliament from Gujarat, Abhay Bardwaj, dies. Recently, one member of parliament from Gujarat already died, that is Ahmed Patel from Congress, and now second leader, that is Abhay Bardwaj. He also died. So remember the name Abhay Bardwaj. He was just 66-year old and died in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and he passed due to COVID-19 complications. And he was prominent lawyer, and he was elected to Rajya Sabha from Gujarat in June 2020. Recently, he was appointed in the Rajya Sabha. Remember, from the BJP party. So remember the name Abhay Bardwaj. Move to next question, and it is our last section, that is one-liner important points. So first here is Department of Telecom announced that from the 15th of Jan 2021, consumers need to prefix 0 for landline to mobile calls. It means if you're dialing a mobile number from the landline, then you have to add 0 on the prefix side. So remember, this is just information. Next, Ramayan cruise service becomes the India's first luxury cruise service on the Sarayu River of Ayodhya, UP. Ayodhya is basically built or you can say situated near the banks of river Sarayu, or you can say the Saryu River, and there is a one cruise for the Ayodhya. This is the first time that any luxury cruise started, Ramayan cruise service, and it was started. It is the first luxury cruise service on the Sarayu River in the UP or Ayodhya. Next, SIDBI in partnership with ISAC launched ARM MSME and Asset Reconstruction Web Module for the MSMEs. So in simple word, you can say the Small Industries Development Bank of India, which headquartered in the Lucknow, UP, in partnership with the ISAC, has launched an Asset Reconstructing Web Module, that is known as the ARM MSMEs, and Asset Reconstruction Web Module for the micro, small and medium enterprises. Just remember, it is a SIDBI. If you are basically seeing a word in the question that is ARM SME, then mark the SIDBI. Next is the Italian writer Alfredo Covelli launched his first kids book, that is Vahan Masterclass, in India. And this book is illustrating the Indian mythology and culture. And it is a kids book, so that kids can also enhance their knowledge about the Indian mythology and the culture. And it is the first time that a Italian writer Alfredo Covelli launched this type of the kids book in India. Very important to remember. So guys, remember this. Next, Yes Bank launches Yes Premia with premium banking services to customer. Just remember, Yes Premia is launched by the Yes Bank. Not so much important, but you can remember. Next is the 10th National Science Film Festival 2020 organized by Vigyan Prasar virtually. And one important thing here is the Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous agency under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and the Tripura State Council of Science and Technology, that is the Government of Tripura, both organize this event, that is the National Science Film Festival. It means the main state who is organizing this event, that is the Tripura. Tripura is important, guys, because this state is organizing basically this type of the event. He means that the Deputy Chief Minister of the Tripura. Deputy Chief Minister of Tripura also inaugurated this type of the event, that is Jishnu Dev Verma. I think the name is the Jishnu Dev Verma. But you have to cross check this. I will also cross check this because it is a certain brain movement. So I am not recalling the name. So let's move to this Yes Premia. This is again important. So why Yes Bank launched this Yes Premia? It has been designed to provide customized banking solution that fits the lifestyle and expectation of the different consumer groups. It means if you are salaried individual, then they will provide you different type of the benefits. If you are self-employed, they will provide you according to your self-employment, they will provide you the solution. If you are senior citizen, then you have a broad range of the fixed deposits and the high interest rate and the overdraft facility. Then according to your requirement, they will basically provide you the benefits to your accounts. So this is the basically program of the Yes Premia. And what about the Yes Bank? Yes Bank headquarters in Mumbai. Who is the MD and CEO? That is very important because Yes Bank was recently recovered by the SBI. That's why it is very important. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer is Prashant Kumar. And it was incorporated in 2004. And what is the tagline of Yes Bank? That is experience our expertise. So guys, this is all for today. And if you like this video, then subscribe this channel definitely, and press the bell button so that you can receive the notification on time. And guys, please provide 700 plus likes so that it can boost our confidence as well, and we can make more videos on the different content. So it will motivate us to do that. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section as well as the current affairs section. And it is my personal promise that if you are watching the videos regularly and if you are reading the current affairs from the PDFs, then your current affairs section will definitely boost, because 90% of the current affairs in exams, 90% of the current affairs which are coming in exam covered by our videos and as well as the PDFs. So that's why it is very important. And thank you guys for watching this video. Take care.